live on YouTube. Welcome, everybody. I'm happy to be here to invite you to this live broadcast. We'll just have a few minutes. I think it is about 5 minutes before we get started. And I want to get to know where you're joining us from. What is your expectation for this evening? Welcome, everybody. Yeah, I need to mute that to remove the echo. And yes, this is going to be a great learning experience. I want to welcome everyone to this session. We will be starting off in, let me check my time. I always said we will start at exactly 7:30, so I'll be waiting for people to join. Yes, we have 4 minutes to go. But in the meantime, let me know, where are you joining me from? What is your expectation? I can see Aaron Kibeli say, hey, halia, hey, yangu, haina sauti. Oh, yours does not have sound. Okay, let me do this. If you don't have sound, most likely then you're not hearing me. I can give you this link so that you can join us on YouTube, or you can connect your sound. So yeah, thank you for the feedback. Let me check. So let me just put this link on the chat so that anyone who has a challenge with sound can join me. So um, if you have a challenge with sound, you can join us on YouTube. And make sure once you get to the YouTube, you are able to like the video, share it, subscribe to my channel, and you will be able to get value out of it. It's a great opportunity to always come and meet great people and share with them some of the insights that I've been able to gather over time, and that will definitely be of value if you're together with me. If you're on YouTube, let me know that you can hear me, you can see everything. We are good to go. Let me just say here, hello, everyone. I am happy to be here and also to take you through this session. In this session this evening, I will be talking to you, how do you get to that six-figure salary, even without a degree or master's? And one of the key things that you will come just to realize that it is mindset kind of situation. What is your mindset around employment? What is your mindset about uh, your remuneration? How do you position yourself to ensure that you actually are able to get the most out of uh, your employment or your value that you're bringing in? And it's going to be very, very great. So let me just check here. We are going to use the chat a lot for us to be able to converse. So let me know where you're joining us from and what is your expectation. Thank you very much, Victoria Munyao. I can see you there. Amon Kimeli, let me know you can hear me, you can see me. Esther, welcome. Miss Mark Kaemba, you were the first one. I'll actually engage in this session. I'll be having a gift for you because of also being the first one. I can see Victoria and Danu also with us. Welcome. I appreciate you taking your time and joining us. Some people haven't yet connected their audio. If you're having a challenge with that, let me just post it again. You can follow us on YouTube. It's much easier. You don't need to connect the audio and all that. So just go to YouTube. I can see some people are following us on YouTube. Just drop in your name. Let me know where you're joining us from and what is your expectation for this evening. Yes, we have less than a minute. Yeah, less than a minute for us to get started. Thank you very much. This is Mark Kayemba joining from Kikuyu, Kiambu. Oh, this is great. You might be my neighbor. We am just across, not very far away from Kikuyu. Probably we will talk after this. But karibu sana, Mark. I appreciate that. If you're on YouTube, the only way I can be able to give you a shout out and maybe respond to you or know if you're there is if you are able to just drop something in the chat. Just say hello, let me know you're there, and that will be the easiest way to identify that you are with me. Let me check. Thank you very much, Irene, joining us all the way in Eldoret. Karibu sana. I appreciate that. This will be an evening that you will really, really love, the fact that you will get a lot of value. I am also glad that I am in a position to touch people's lives all the way from not this side being just in Nairobi, even Irene all the way in Eldoret. She's going to get time. I think our time is up. Yeah, that is an indication that our time is up and we need to get started. Uh, your audio is mute. Okay, let me check. I think my audio is okay, Kahim. If you're having challenges with the audio, okay, I think if you're having challenges with audio, plus just join me on YouTube. That would be much easier. So hopefully, Kahim, you can be able to get that. Let me see who else is here. I want to mention. That is Kamis, Esther, there's Arnold Kibeli, karibu sana, Victoria Danu, there's Kevin. Oh, where's Maurice is here. Oh, Moniz. Ahmad, thank you. I really appreciate that. Let me just finish up, make sure that everybody can hear me and everybody is okay. If you have a challenge with sound, just join us there on YouTube. So let me just get started right away. I want to say this. This is one of the greatest evening, or this would be the best investment of your time that you do in the next next hour or so. You are going to get a lot of value out of this session. And I want to say, I'm going to share with you how do you get to that six-figure salary even without a degree or master's. I'm not saying having a degree is bad. I'm not saying having master's is bad. But if you don't have them, does that mean that you are not going to proceed in your life? Are you not going to actually get to a high level of employment where you're paid well? And if you have them, it's okay. It is an added advantage. These things will still work for you. And so I want to say this. I'm guessing that for a lot of you, this is probably not your first seminar or training that you are attending. The first thing I want to mention is that if you have failed to earn more money in the past, it is not your fault. There is a lot of information out there and it can be confusing. Many times that information overload keeps you from success. It's okay. If you have been concerned in the past that you just can't succeed in employment, I want to put those fears to rest. You just need the right person to explain it to you. The society has perpetuated the message that you need to be an entrepreneur for you to be successful. And when you're an employee, it's like you're a second-hand citizen. But that is not true. Most people are better off as employees. They are more satisfied. They have higher productivity. The big corporation, the education system, and the government wants you to think that you need some fancy college degree to be successful. I'm here to tell you they are wrong. They have their own reasons for wanting you to think that, but it is not true. If you have ever thought that the government and the education system wants you to fail, you're probably right. They don't benefit from you succeeding. They want to keep you in debt and in need. The difference with us is that we actually care about your success and truly wants to see you living the life of your dreams. So that is what we are here for. I know you have that dream job, which will give you the highest satisfaction and utilize your full potential. I want to show you how to make that happen during this session. So my question is, are you ready? If you're ready, drop that in the chat. I say this is going to be a very, very interactive session. So I want to know, are you ready? If you're ready, let me know in the chat. Just say, yes, I'm ready. And also checking here, people are joining us from Eldoret. Alice Gerono joining us all the way from Eldoret. There's Carlos Robert saying, thank you. You're welcome. So my question is, are you ready to get started with this session? If so, drop that in the chat. I will appreciate. I can see Monish, you're saying you're ready. That is great. Are you ready? Victoria, there's a Victoria Monyao, there's Victoria Ndanu. Oh, Victoria is ready. Also, those who are following us on YouTube, are you ready? Drop that in the chat and give me a thumbs up so that I can know, yes, you are ready. I think that is good enough. People are ready to get started. So let us proceed without further ado, for those who are joining us on the Zoom call and they're having a challenge joining, hearing, or they have some audio problem, just follow us on YouTube. It will be easier for you to follow it over there. Now, I want you to imagine, if possible, close your eyes and imagine that you attend an interview. And at the end of the interview, the hiring manager tells you, you are hired. The three magical words that everyone always wants to hear. You get to that organization, you work for one whole month, and at the end of the month, you get a pay slip that looks like this. Your basic salary is 180,000. Your house allowance, 50,000. Medical allowance, 25,000. Commuting allowance, 15,000. And a total of 270,000 is what you are taking home. How would that make you feel? Yeah. How would that make you feel? I know that is a big question. Yeah. I can see Esther is saying, set to go. Thank you very much. So based on this kind of payslip, this can happen. And I want to start my session by asking you a question. What does a six-figure salary mean to you? I want you to think about it and just give me a word or two or a phrase of word and let me know in the chat. What does a six-figure salary mean to you? I have asked this question to so many people and I get a very wide range of different answers. Some people, it will be about financial freedom. Some people, it will be about getting a lifestyle that they want. Some it will be about buying their dream house, their dream car, or some it will be about providing education to their kids, all these different things. So I want to know in your case, what does a six-figure salary mean to you? I have seen one coming in. Thank you very much, Victoria Munyao. You're saying it's about financial breakthrough. That is very true. I think once you get to that six-figure salary, you have that financial breakthrough and you can be able to sort most of the bills and what you have. I think I really like that. Irene, I'm ready, pen and paper, ready to take notes. Thank you very much, Irene, on YouTube. So let me know in the chat there, in a short phrase of what does a six-figure salary mean to you? Because it becomes very difficult for you to actually know or to start pursuing this goal if you don't know what it really means to you. Thank you very much, Carlos Robert. I can see you saying you are ready. Let me prompt some people who are here with me. Alcatel, let me know, what does a six-figure salary mean to you? Monis, Victoria and Danu, what does a six-figure salary mean to you? I can see there are two Esthers here. So Esther, what does a six-figure salary mean to you? Makayemba, you're talking about, to me, it means financial freedom. Yeah, almost the same as financial breakthrough. Yeah, you get that freedom to be able to, first of all, sort out all your debt, you not be in debt, and start, you can be able to buy whatever you want, not just because you want it, but you know it will help you. So yeah, there's that the issue of financial freedom, which is really in trade there. And I think that is very good. So once we have been able to crystallize on what a six-figure salary mean to us, then we can be able to start off. And I want to say this training is for two types of people. I was trying to target two types of people. So if you fall in any of this category, please hang on in there. If not, then I might just say this session might not be of value to you. The first kind of person that I really want to help, that I was targeting in this for this training, now is a professional who feel that the lack of a degree is the hindrance to their career progression. So if you're here and you feel like because you don't have a degree, that is actually holding you back, I have some good news for you. You're going to get a lot of value from this session. And the second type of person that I really want to assist, someone with or without a degree, and they still feel stuck in their career. Yeah, because I've seen people who have the degrees, the masters, and they're feeling stuck. This session is going to be of great value to you. And my goal is to share with you the only way to get to that six-figure salary, even without a degree or master's, is by acquiring what I call the Badass Pro skills. And the only way to get these Badass Pro skills is through a program I call the Badass Pro program. And we'll talk more about, the Badass program here. And I can see, I want to introduce myself for those who are just getting me for the first time. I can see Mark, you're asking, hello, Dan. I appreciate if you allow me to record this session. I'm already recording the session. Don't worry, you will get a copy of the same. Yeah. My name is Daniel Mutuku. I am the founder of Career Point Solutions, and over the last 10 years, I've been blessed to be in a position to gain experience in recruitment. I've worked as a career advisor and also a personal and professional development coach. I am a certified digital marketer by Google, and among other groups that I'm a member of, I am a very proud member of the League of Young Professionals, that is LYP. On top of that, I am an author and I have written several books and reports. So the first book I published was How to Easily Use Facebook for Profit and Extra Cash even on a part-time basis. And my second book was Blueprint for Success, Guaranteed Step to Achieving Anything. Mark, hang on it there. I will be giving you a copy. I know you are the first one to attend. If you keep on engaging, I have these books. I'll be giving them out. I also published another book called Conquer the Year Ahead. Make the next 12 months your best year ever. And I'm giving this book for free. Actually, just write this down after this session. Go to careerpoint.co.ke/free book. And this will give you or position you to make the next 12 months the best year ever. I know we just started a new year. You can still use it to plan for 2021 and make it the best year ever. Or you can say, yeah, I want to start my year right now so that next year, March, on 4th of March, I will have totally changed my life. I've also done another guide called the Ultimate Cover Letter Guide, 101 sample cover letters for only professional. And I'm also giving this out for free. So hang on it there. I'll give you all these links where you can get these books for free. Now, I want to say this. I am not crazy when I'm telling you we have successful people out there without degrees. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. On my far left here, this is the late Bob Coleman. He ended up at the helm of the most successful company in East and Central Africa, the CEO of Safaricom. Do you know, to the time he passed on, he did not have a degree. So is this second guy here, a very vocal media personality, Maina Kageni, still earning a lot of income from employment. He still does not have a degree. Jalango just graduated last year, the end of last year, and got his degree. And before even he got his degree, yeah, I know he graduated, but before that, he was still successful in making a lot of money. And so are the likes of Churchill. I want to say this is just the tip of the iceberg because these are the people that we see on the limelight. But there's a very big number of people who in the industry, thousands of them, it's only that we don't know them because they are not in the limelight. But the question is, how did they get there? I want to show you how they got there. And to help just bring this home, I want to share with you my short job search story. Back in 2009, when I cleared my schooling, I started looking for a job. And I was lucky that it took me about 1 year before I got my first real job. But according to the Bureau of Statistics, it takes about 3, 4 to 5 years for a fresh graduate, someone from college, to be able to secure their first job. To me, that 1 year felt like forever. And I actually understand how it feels. I can't just try to understand someone looking for a job 3, 4, 5 years without getting one, how devastating it might be. Something interesting happened. The time I got my first job, in the next year, I got over 10 interviews. This was almost an interview every month, but I was not securing this job until 2011 when an opportunity presented itself and I said, I must seize this moment. At that particular point, I was working in CIA. I was a computer tutor through the program called Computer for Schools project. Yeah, and there was an opportunity to be a teacher in an international school teaching computing. And I said, wow, this is my dream job. I want to get this job and I have to get it. And guess what? I did all that I could. I went back to all my interviews. I reviewed them. I asked for feedback to prepare myself to be able to be ready. And that is when I started quieting up. I think I didn't start then, but all this started back then with these things called the Badass Pro skills. Typically, how does it work? You apply for as many jobs as possible. If you're lucky, you're invited for an interview. If the interviewers like you, they give you the job, and probably it's not your dream job, but because you don't have a job, you still pick it. But with Badass Pro skills, these are tried and tested techniques that will give you predictable results. They work for me. I was able to secure my dream job, and they also work for other people. Take a look at this email that I got from Alexander. He sent me an email telling me, thank you. Thank you. I attended a career presentation last time. This Monday, I was interviewed for the position of liaison officer, Kenya Airways, and Wednesday this week, I got the job. Look at that. Someone was looking for a job, got to use the skills that I've shared with him, and he got the job. So this evening, I have two main responsibilities. Number one is to divulge these two secrets. Yeah. Number one, the first secret that I'll be sharing with you is how do you triumph over more qualified and experienced candidates? And number two, I will be sharing with you how you can be able to negotiate a six-figure salary. So the question is, if we had time for only one secret, yeah, which one would you really, really want to know? Is it number one, how to triumph over more qualified and experienced candidates? Or is it number two, how to negotiate a six-figure salary? Let me know in the chat. I want just to know which one would you really, really want to know, assuming that we only had opportunity to do one. So just tell in the chat, just drop and say one or two. Just say one or two, one or two. If you really had to choose one. We don't have enough time for both of them. Assuming we don't have enough time, today we have enough time for both of them. What will you go for? Mark, I can see you saying you want to know about number one. Oh, there are some comments that came in here. Let me just read them. Carlos Robert, oh, you're talking about the six-figure salary. It means investment for other small projects. Yeah, you get enough money to start investing on other projects. I can see Irene, you're saying a six-figure salary mean fulfillment of my dreams that I have. That is very true. So encouraging. I don't have a degree, but I believe I am on the right track with a coach like you. Yes, you're in the right track. So let me know, is it number one or number two? Mark says number one. Mount is number one. Victoria Munyao, number one. I can see Derek also saying number one, joining us on not Facebook, YouTube. Thank you very much, Derek Muguri. Victoria Danu, number one. I think everybody wants to go with the number one. This is super great. The good thing is that we have time for both of the secrets. That I'm happy I was able to put number one as number one. So if anything happens, I will be able to take you through number one. Okay, I can see someone saying okay, let me check so that we can be able to proceed. So let's get started with this secret number one. How do you triumph over more qualified and experienced candidates? I'll give you a story, yeah, to illustrate this point. You remember I told you there was this job to become a computer teacher in an international school back in Nairobi, and at that point I was working in Sierra. After that interview, I was so sure that I have secured that job, no doubt. And as sure as hell, the next day I had already traveled back to CIM. And as I was walking to my house, I remember it was a Saturday, I received a call around mid-morning, and it was a lady, and she called to tell me, I'm happy to inform you that we have offered you the job. I was so happy. I remember almost jumping in the middle of the road out of excitement. Like, this is my dream job. I have attended the interview and I've gotten it. Then that afternoon, something a little bit depressing happened. I received a call from the same number. It was the same lady, and she was calling to inform me that they were withdrawing their offer, that they are no longer offering me the job. I got a little bit confused and asked, why is that so? So she informed me that once they took my name to the board, they rejected it as much as I was the best interviewee. Why? Because this was a new campus that they were looking to hire for, and this was the first time the students were going through the international exam, that is IGCSE, and so they wanted someone with experience teaching in that British national curriculum and also taking students through the national exam. I had none of those qualifications. I had not studied at international school. I didn't know about how to prepare students for an IGCSE exam. I had zero, but still I ended up being the best interviewee. And the others who they gave the job to number two still had all this qualification. So how was I able to do that? Number one, I want to say this. Once you get into that interviewing room, you have 3 seconds. And in these 3 seconds, you have to showcase these three things. right straight off the bat. Number one, you should show them that you are as sharp as a tag, mentally acute, clever, intelligent, and mentally alert. You have your eyes on the ball. This should come straight off the bat. Number two, you should show them that you are as enthusiastic as hell, showing and having great excitement and interest in the organization, in that position, and in that specific role that you are interviewing for. And number three, you should show them that you are an expert, you're knowledgeable, and you have the skills needed in your area. These three things should come straight off the bat as you get into that interviewing room within the first 3 seconds. Now, you might be wondering, how do I do that? Now, this is a learnable skill. I did not start with it, but I have been able to learn how to do that. I have taught it to other people and they have learned how to do it. Take a look at this email from Brian. He says, "Dear Daniel, I am grateful for your service. I would like to give you feedback. The CV helped me get 5 interviews." Let me ask, where do you get 5 interviews in this day and age? 3 finance officer position and 2 finance officer position. Lucky enough, I managed to secure a finance officer job, which I'm starting in January. He got the job. Please find attached the JD to update my CV. Another one, Chep Krui. She sent me an email saying, "Hello, Daniel. Thank you for always sharing how to answer questions in an interview. In the beginning of this year, I secured a job that I have been dreaming to be a registry officer. Now I am one. Thank you and be blessed." Look at another one. Jane saying, "Dear team, thank you guys for writing my CV in a professional way. I secured myself a job within few months. I'm happy for the results. My current employer was pleased by my CV in such a way I cannot explain. I went for 4 interviews and still emerged the best. Thank you, guys." This is something that is totally learnable, and you can be able to, number one, show these skills from your CV and also impress the interviewers once you get to that interview room. Probably you are asking, how long does it take for me to be good at these skills? Yeah, I will say this. This is a job market, and you are paid for the value that you bring into the market. You're paid for being valuable in the market. It takes time to be valuable. It takes time to bring this value, but unfortunately, you're not paid for the time, but you're paid for the value. So focus on getting that value. These are some of the questions that I got from you guys. Someone asked, what about office politics? I want to say this. Office politics is not going anywhere. As a matter of fact, it will always be there. But I can teach you, how do you use office politics to your advantage? Someone asked, how do I convince the management that I'm due for promotion? I can take up more responsibilities. I want to say this. That is the wrong question. It is very difficult to convince the management or any other person. It's hard to change people's mind. But the best you should be asking is, how then do I influence the management? And I can show you how to influence the management. Do I need to quit my job? And say, no, most of the time you don't need to quit your job. The opportunities are still inside there. And if you need to quit, I can show you, we can be able to identify certain red flags. And then we know, yeah, you need to quit. Is it possible for me? I want to say, yes, it is possible for you. It has worked for me. It has worked for Brian, Alexander, you've seen Chef Krui, Jane, all these people, it has worked for them. And so it can work for you. I want to say this with a lot of conviction, straight from my heart, and say that it is possible to triumph over other candidates who are more qualified and experienced. And I want you to repeat this after me. If you're in a place you can say it out loud, please go ahead and say it out loud. If you're in a place you can't say it out loud, people around you might think, oh, this guy's going nuts. Just say it quietly, but with a lot of conviction. Let's say it together, that it is possible to triumph over other candidates who are more qualified and experienced. And that is the truth. Now, before I go to the second secret, let me just pause here and say, do we have any question? Anyone who has any question, let me know. If no question, just give me a thumbs up and say, we are good. Yeah. Thank you very much, everyone who is joining us. Thank you, Derek. I can say, oh, you had said 1. Irene, you had also chosen number 1. I can see that in the comment. Are we good to go? If you're good to go, just give me a thumbs up or say, it's okay. Let's move on. Let me check who is here. I know some people have just joined us. There's Mercy Nasilia, thank you very much. Oh, Mark Kaemba, you're giving me a thumbs up saying we are good to go. Victoria Bonyao, you're giving me a thumbs up. Good to go. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Let me wait to see on YouTube. Are we together? Just following. Give me a thumbs up. Say we are okay. We can proceed. Then we go on. If you're joining us, I think, yeah, good enough. I think people are saying we are good to go. So let's proceed. Let us proceed. Secret number 2. How do you negotiate a 6-figure salary? Now, as I was preparing for this presentation, I came across this study that was done by JobVite. Very informative, a very authoritative company when it comes to HR matters and placement. And they said 84% of salary negotiations always result to a higher pay. And I was like, this is good. In other words, let me just interpret it to you. Chances of you getting a higher salary when you go to negotiate are very high, 84%. But then the next statistic just made me a little bit depressed. Yeah, that only 14% of employees negotiate salaries in their current job. Yeah, this is like people think about salary negotiation as an activity that you do only when you are interviewing for another position in another company, but it's not something that you do in your current company, which is a very great misconception. Anyone who is confident enough to try usually succeed. I want to say that. Anyone who is confident enough to go and try and negotiate for their salary, even in their current job, they usually succeed. But not only confidence is needed, but I want to give you some tips that will guide you to do that negotiation even better. Tip number 1, and it might sound so simple, but it is very true. You need to know what you want before starting negotiating. As in, I have seen so many people coming to me. We are doing an interview. I ask them, how much money do you want to be paid? And they say they want to be paid more. And I'm wondering, what is more? Right now you're earning 80,000. I give you 80,000 and 1 shilling on top. Isn't that more? Yeah, but you know what I mean. I don't know what you mean. You should be able to know what you want, and this figure should not just be random. It should be based on your value, based on your worth. Say, yes, I want 250. I want 130,000, based on your worth. So the question is, do you know your worth? Do you know how to ascertain your value in the marketplace? The second tip, I want to say this. Once you know your worth and your value, the second thing is to make the company realize your value. It's not only you knowing it, thinking that they already know, make it very clear to them. Let them know you're worthwhile. What is your meaningful contribution? Because if the only thing you're going to say, I need an additional salary, and this is based on, I have worked here for the last 5 or 10 years, then that is a very weak argument. As a matter of fact, you are a liability. I wouldn't give you a higher rate. Once you know your worth, make it very clear to the company. Let them know your meaningful contribution. And thirdly, I would say use comparables to justify the higher salary. Do you know how much someone like you with experience, just like you, and in your industry, how much should they be paid? Because if you don't have these comparables, it becomes very, very difficult to negotiate or to justify your higher salary. I want you to take a look at this email. This was sent to me by Julius, and he said, um, greetings this evening. I'm writing to appreciate your work. It is barely 2 months after I used your reviewed CV. I am glad that I have landed 2 jobs. I have taken one I preferred. I am working towards completing my course, monitor evaluation. Career Point Solutions, you are the best. So this is a gentleman, barely 2 months, gets 2 jobs, has to pick one that he prefers. Here's another one from Alex Lawrence. He says, Dear Daniel, I am happy to inform you that after you guys reviewed my resume, I received 3 different calls for interviews within a span of 24 hours. Within a span of 1 week, I attended all the interviews, and fortunate enough, I secured all the 3 jobs. This was after a pregnant search for a job for 1 whole year. I only had the difficult task choosing one, and but I only had the difficult task choosing which one to go for, but eventually I opted for one and politely and professionally declined the other two. Thanks a great deal, and please convey my regards, gratitude to the entire team. Yours sincerely, Lawrence. Now, my question is, I want you to answer me in the chat, yeah? If you get two jobs or three or four job offers and you have to pick one and let go the other, what will be the number one criteria you will use to decide which one to pick? Yeah, so let me know in the chat. And if you are honest enough, I'll just say, yeah, this person is honest. If you're just being modest, I'll call you out. Yeah, so my question is, you have one, not one, two, three, four, five job offers, and you have to pick one and let go the other. What criteria will you use to decide, I'll pick job A and let go job B? It might be a word, a phrase, two or three words. What will you use to decide? Make it very short, and I would want to know what your thinking is. Thank you very much. I can see Amira Abu Bakar giving me a thumbs up. I think, yeah, telling me let's keep going. Thank you, Carlos Robert, for your thumbs up. I appreciate that. Liki Koyonzo, good evening. Happy to have you. Let me just ask also, are you getting value out of the session? Let me know in the chat. Those will be good takes to know. If you have any question on what I've presented so far, feel free also to drop questions in the chat. I will be reading them as we proceed. I can see an answer coming in here. Victoria Munyao, you're saying job security and salary. Thank you very much. The second part is more correct, but it's okay. Salary is usually one of the deciding factor. And actually, job security has something to do with salary. Yeah. In other words, you want to be paid longer. You are sure of payment for longer. Yeah. Job security, you can stay there 3, 4, 5 years, not anytime you can lose the job. But thank you very much, Victoria Munyao, for your answer. The others, what would you use to decide which one to pick and which one not to pick? Robert Carlos, I can see your comment. The one that hires me for my dreams, for my dream job, and pays me for my value work. That is very correct. Salary is a very big determining factor, and that is okay. There is nothing bad to base your decision based on the salary that you're being paid. Derek Mugi, you're saying, I would prefer a job which is more secure. And we have just said security is more about being paid, being sure, or being paid for longer, right? So has something to do with salary in there. And there's nothing bad with that. Makayemba, what will you decide on? Maunis, I'm waiting for your response. Victoria, there was Victoria Danu. Yeah, which one will you decide? What will you base your decision on? But I am liking this, and I'm saying there's nothing bad to make that decision based on how much you are going to be paid. So let me just say this with a lot of conviction, and just as we said first, it is possible to negotiate for a higher salary and get it. That is very true. It is possible to negotiate for a higher salary and get it. I want you to repeat that after me with a lot of conviction. If you can say it out loud again, go ahead and say it out loud. If you can't, just say it quietly in your heart with conviction, and we go together and say it is possible to negotiate for a higher salary and get it. Thank you very much, Mark Kayemba. You're saying what you take home matters. Yeah, so it's all about the salary, and I concur with you. These are more questions that I got. If you have any question, please drop it in the chat also. How do you network with the right people? I want to say this. According to LinkedIn, 85% of high-paying jobs are gotten through networking. So it is important for you to think, to have a strategy about networking, because when you network with the right people, you get these high-paying jobs. And I'll introduce you to a group of high net worth individuals that will make it easier. What matters most? Is it experience or qualification? I can tell you it's either this or that. It is what you have. If you have the experience, use it to your advantage. If you have the qualification, use it to your advantage. How do I balance work and personal life? I want to tell you this. Once you start getting to these high paying jobs, you will be able now to start attracting a lot of work, and you need to start thinking about, how do I balance my work and personal life, because more will be demanded from you and you are being compensated for that. Am I too young? Am I too old? I'll tell you this. There's nothing like too young, too old. I've seen Some individuals saying, I'm not getting my opportunities because I'm too young. The next breath, someone saying, I'm not getting opportunity because I think I'm too old. So if you're too young, use that to your advantage. You're old, use it to your advantage. Take a look at this email I got from Bill Chan. He says, thanks, Daniel. Thanks. I recently landed my first consultancy with a few Kenya after heeding to your well laid out youth-friendly advice. What do I gather from this statement? So he calls it youth friendly because I am a little bit younger compared to him. He's older than me, but it is not about my age. It is the result. Did the advice that I gave him provide the results? If yes, age is not an issue, right? How do I measure, track, and evaluate my progress? It is usually so sad when I see professionals take 5, 10, 15 years on a certain career path only to realize that they took the wrong direction. And I don't want that to happen to you. Actually, I'll be sharing with you some of the tools that you can use to track and evaluate your progress as you proceed. How do I fix myself in the succession plan? Yeah, this is what we talked about earlier. Instead of convincing, you influence yourself into the succession plan, because some companies, yes, do have succession plan. Someone asked, what are the qualities of a person worth 6 figures? I will tell you, there are 6 words, and that is what makes badass. It's an acronym, and we'll talk about it in a short while. How do I get started? Thank you very much for that question. I am just about to show you how to get started. Is that okay? But before I show you, one more question, or not one more, another question that I want you to answer me in the chat. If I show you exactly how to get your dream job, do you believe you can get to the 6 figure salary? Yeah, my question is, if I show you exactly how to get your dream job, do you believe you can get to the 6 figure salary? If so, let me know in the chat. Just say, yes, I do believe. Yeah, think I can see one that has already come in. Victoria Monyao saying, yes, I believe. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. I can see who else here. Derek, you're saying the other one is I enjoy working there. Oh, you're answering the question, what would you decide? Irene, also you're saying I would choose the one with which you will look salary. Okay, good. So my question to you now is, if I show you exactly how to get to that 6 figure salary, to your dream job, do you believe you can get that 6 figure? If so, say yes, just like Victoria Monyao here has shown. And that is super great. Once you have that belief, then let me go ahead and show you how to make that happen. This can only take place when you understand this program called the Badass Pro. I define my own destiny. Yeah. So I will pause, and thank you, Derek, for saying, yes, I believe. I appreciate that. I want to ask, is it okay for me to take about a minute, maybe 10 minutes or so, to share with you about this program called Badass Pro and how it can help you to get to that 6 figure salary? Is it okay for me to take about 10 minutes, talk about the Badass Pro program? I define my own destiny and how it can help you to get to that 6 figure salary. Then after that, I'll be able to answer any question. I think we are in good time. We will not waste any more time. So I'm asking for your permission. Is it okay? If it is okay, just drop it in the chat. Tell me it's okay. Thank you very much, Victoria Munyao. You're saying it's okay. I know people who are following us on YouTube, there might be a slight delay, but I'll wait. I can see Derek Mugiri saying, yes, I believe. Irene, you're saying, yes, I do believe. So is it okay for me to go ahead? Let me check who is here. Maurice, you're here. Victoria and Danu, Mark, is it okay for me to take just 10 minutes to talk to you about the Badass Pro program? And then after that, we will wrap it up. I'll answer all questions that you might have. Then we can proceed. Maybe let me just wait for one more. I'm actually asking for your permission because I don't want to go beyond what is there. But thank you very much, Victoria Munyao, for your permission. One more to come through. Oh, yes, I can see Victoria and Danu saying, yes, thank you for the permission. Also on YouTube, I can see Derek saying, go ahead. I can see Mark saying, proceed. We are hungry for your wisdom. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. I think that is good enough. Irene, you're saying perfectly okay. So let me then proceed and tell you about this program called the Badass Pro. Now, if you join the Badass Pro, let me just define for you what badass is. Pro stands for professional, yeah, and the badass is an acronym, and I'm very proud when I say that I am a badass pro. Number one, the B stands for bold, an individual who is bold, courageous, audacious. They will do what needs to be done to get the job done. Yeah, they are not timid, they are not afraid. An individual who is authentic to themselves, to their potential, and they know what they can be able to do. An individual who is driven, someone who does not need to be supervised or constantly supervised to do their job. They have the drive right in them. An individual who is aggressive. It is while nothing will be given to you on a silver platter. So you need to go and grab it. So we need to create an individual who is aggressive and at the same time assertive. They know what they want. An individual who is skilled. Remember that question. Is it experience or qualification that really matters? Actually, the answer to that question is skills. You can get your skills from qualifications, you can get your skills from experience, but if you're not skilled, then you have no value in the marketplace. And an individual who is self assured, they are confident of themselves, they know about their potential and what they are bringing on the table. So when you become a badass pro, you will be able to get all these qualities. And these are actually the qualities of someone who is worth six figure: bold, authentic, driven, aggressive, skilled, and self-assured. If you decide to join the Badass Pro, what you're going to get is what I call the Badass Pro 6 weeks coaching program. And the value of this program is about 100,000. I'm not saying that that is how much I'm charging, but the value you're going to get from it is like 100,000 out of the program. Now, this is a 6 week coaching, and the first week we will take you through how do you get started in this journey. Week two, we'll look at how you get to know your worth, like how much should you be paid like right now. Once we identify the baseline, then we can start working towards building your value. Week three, I will talk to you how to build confidence and competence. Yeah, confidence and competence go hand in hand. The more confident you are, the more competent you become. The more competent you are, of course, it boosts your confidence. I had this quote that in this life, without confidence, you are defeated twice. Yeah, so in this race of life without confidence, you are defeated twice. Week four, we will look at how do you start mastering communication? How do you master influence? How do you master networking? And this is where I introduce you to the group of high net worth individuals that will help you to network and get those high paying jobs. Remember, 85% of high paying jobs are gotten through networking. Week number five, we'll look at how do you track and evaluate your progress. This is where I give you the tools to track your progress so that 5, 4, 10, 15 years down the line, you don't start saying, oh, I think I took the wrong route. And week five, we will sit down and look at how do you negotiate for a 6 figure salary in your case with your skills, with your qualification, and how you go about that. On top of the 6 weeks coaching program, valued at about 100,000, you will get one of our professional certification, again, valued at about 100,000. We have four main certifications that we offer. One is project management. We have project monitoring and evaluation. We have strategic management and leadership, and also fundraising and resource mobilization. So we will give you as a bonus one of these certifications. But think about it. Where's the money at? The money is with the NGOs and international organizations. And what kind of skills are they looking for? They are looking for people who have skills in project management, project monitoring and evaluation, strategic management and leadership, fundraising and resource mobilization. Yeah. In the corporate world, when you are you get into the workplace, you will get at an entry level. You work a little bit longer, you get into the mid level. But for you to start attracting this 6 figure salary, you should be finding yourself in the management and the leadership of the organization. What a better way to influence that decision by telling them, I have a certification in strategic management and leadership. Yeah. So on top of the 6 weeks coaching, you get one of our certification, professional certification classes, then you will get professional CV writing. Again, worth at about 3,000. Yeah. Let's try and break it down. Why is it important for you to have a professional CV? Most of us have just CVs, which is just a documentation of where you went to school, where you have worked, the list of your responsibilities, and probably your referees. But that is not saying anything about you. But a professional CV, on the other hand, is a document that you use to market yourself. Think about an organization, any organization having a product or a service they want to bring it to the market. They will use radio, TV, billboards, newspaper, magazines to bring you the information. But unfortunately, me and you don't have the luxury of having a billboard about our skills and our experiences. So, how do we market ourselves? We use a professional CV. And you also need to be very clear on what is it that you're selling. You're selling your skills, your qualifications, your experience to the employer. I want you to take a look at this. A very famous study was done, and it was said that it takes about 6 seconds for a hiring manager to decide if they're going to read through your CV or not. Does your CV pass the 6 second test? Yeah, very interesting question right there. So take a look at this. This is a most CV layout look like this. And I want you to look at this CV and ask yourself, what can this person do? Remember, this is the question that the hiring manager is having at the back of their head. So they are looking, this guy is Daniel Mutuku, married, Kenyan, date of birth information. Can you figure out what this person can do within 6 seconds from this part of the CV? Unfortunately, no. We might give them benefit of doubt. We say, let's just scroll and see what we have in their career objectives. Most of you have the career objective section. And I want you to ask yourself, is your career or your CV objective resemble the ones that I'm about to show you, either word for word or in tone and style? I have been receiving a lot of CVs. I've seen this objective so many times. Probably I picked one from your CV. Let's just see. I've seen this. I am seeking employment with a company where I can grow professionally and personally. Now, this statement here is very selfish. As a matter of fact, you're telling the employer what you want to gain from them rather than what you're bringing on board. And I want to give you a secret. The whole job application process is not about you. It's about how you can help the company get to their destination, their vision, their goal, and all that. I see another statement here. I seek challenging opportunities where I can fully use my skills for the success of organization. Again, using good words, but still saying nothing. I want to succeed in a stimulus and challenging environment that will provide me with advancement opportunity. Again, being selfish. I want to excel in this field with hard work and perseverance and dedication. You don't move anyone with this kind of write-up. So it's important to have a professional CV. Now, on top of that, you get now the 6 weeks coaching program, about 100,000 in value. One of us professional certification, another 100,000 in value. Professional CV writing, 3,000 in value. You get sample cover letters valued at around 2,000. So right now, what you're getting is something that is worth the value that we'll get out of it is about 205,000. Now, a cover letter is a highly customized application letter for a position. I picked a random position. This is an accountant position randomly from a certain company. If you're to work in this organization, your duties will be to review and establish proper accounting systems. You will be support budget and focusing activities, liaising with internal and external auditors. So if you're an accountant and you fit into this job description, somewhere in your cover letter, you should have a statement that reads like this: I have the ability to review and establish proper accounting systems. In my previous employment at ABC, I was involved in liaising with internal and external auditors, such that when someone reads this statement, they say, yes, this is the person we are looking for. Yeah. On top of the 6 weeks coaching program, you get one of our professional certification, professional CV writing, sample cover letters, and LinkedIn profile guide. I cannot overemphasize this. In this day and age, you cannot stay with a profile on LinkedIn that is not optimized, because this is where recruiters, this is where international organizations are recruiting from. They are looking at your CV, your live profile there. Headhunters are very busy looking at your profile. What are they seeing? As a matter of fact, a LinkedIn profile is like a living CV. It is working for you even when you're asleep. Someone is searching for you. And this is not just at one case. I've seen so many cases like this. Salim dropped me an email telling me, Daniel, I would like to thank you for your LinkedIn guide service. After your guidance on how to make my LinkedIn account look more professional, I have been approached by a potential employer and I am due for an interview on Wednesday next week. Now, he wasn't looking for a job, but because he had a good profile, the job was looking for him. This is where we have gotten in this day and age. Don't waste your opportunities by having a just shabby profile on LinkedIn. On top of the 6 weeks coaching program, you get one of our professional certification masterclass. You get professional CV writing, sample cover letters, LinkedIn profile guide, and interview coaching. I cannot overemphasize this. One of the secrets of successful candidates are candidates who prepare for an interview. And one way of preparing, not just getting there early, is thinking through what are some of the questions that you can be asked and how do you answer these questions. 99.99% of the interviews that you will attend, the first question you will be asked will be, tell us about yourself. How do you answer that? And how you answer that sets the pace for the rest of the interview. Other questions that you expect: how much should we pay you? What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? What makes you the best candidate? Why should we hire you? Why are you leaving your previous job? All these questions, you need to start preparing to know how to answer them. And that we'll tackle in our interview coaching. So in other words, the total value that you're getting from this Badass Pro program, number one is the 6 weeks coaching program, one of our certification masterclass, professional CV writing, sample cover letters, LinkedIn profile guide, and interview coaching. All this valued at about 210,000. Now that you know what is involved in this Badass Pro program, my question to you is, are you ready to become a Badass Pro? If you're ready, drop it in the chat. Just say, yes, I am ready. My question is, are you ready to become a Badass Pro? Let me know. I can see Rhea that Hajal has joined us on YouTube saying hi. Hi, sir. How are you? Great to have you. So a question to you: are you ready to become a Badass Pro? If so, just say yes in the chat. Victoria Munyao saying, yes, I am ready. Oh, this is great. Are you ready to become a Badass Pro? Now you know what it entails. Mark, are you ready? Victoria and Danu, today we have two Victorias. Maurice, Amon Kimeli, are you ready to become a Badass Pro? If so, let me know in the chat. Yes. Thank you very much, Mark, saying, yes, I'm ready. Oh, this is good. So who else here? Let me just move on and see. So since we are all ready, yeah, as I was trying to figure out how then do I charge for this program, it was quite tricky. So I had two choices. The first choice was to go cheap and get as many people as possible to join this program, which looked like a viable option. And the other option that I had was to ask for a slightly high investment and guarantee more time and effort to ensure that you actually succeed. So the second option sounded much better for me, where I would ask for a slightly higher investment and dedicate more time and effort to guarantee your success. And that is why I was able to cost this program. For you to start, it will only cost you 24,999, or you can make three monthly installments of 9,999, and you will be able to get 6 weeks of coaching, certification masterclass, professional CV writing, sample cover letters, LinkedIn profile guide, and interview coaching. I just wait. Absolutely no excuse for you not to take action today, because there is a 100% money back guarantee. If you run through a month and you don't get exactly what I've said right here you will get, just let me know. I will give you money back, no question asked. And actually you will keep the courses and the CV and the program to yourself. So as I finish up, I want to say this. You also have now two choices. Now you have two choices. The first choice would be the first option: do nothing and not take this leap of faith, which is 100% risk-free. And the second option is to be open-minded, take up this small investment in yourself today, and gave it a shot. So out of these two options, which one is going to be better for you? Is it doing nothing and not taking this leap of faith, which is 100% risk free? Or the second option, being open minded, taking up this small investment in yourself today and give it a shot? My question to you is, what is going to be easy for you? Don't drop it in the chat. This one you just answer in your head. Yeah. From studies, it has been said it takes 24 hours. And once you have engaged in such a great learning experience that, like we have had this evening, you have 24 hours to take action on something that you have learned. If you don't take action on what you have learned in the next 24 hours, chances of you taking action thereafter drops almost to zero. And taking action does not necessarily mean just paying for the program. It would be thinking about, how does your CV look like? Do you need to work on your cover letter? Do you need to start working on your LinkedIn guide? Do you need to start thinking about how to prepare for an interview? At least you need to take action on something that we have talked about this evening. Right now, according to my watch, it is 8:25 p.m. So the clock has started ticking. By tomorrow, 8:25 p.m., will you have taken action on something that you have learned? There are two types of people in this world and also in this live training here. The first kind of people are those who get an opportunity to change their lives. They agree with everything that I've shared with you this evening, and they can see how it is applicable in their lives. And guess what? They still do nothing about it. And the second type of people are those who take action and define their own futures. My question to you is, out of these two types of people, which type are you? I will pause. Don't drop it in the chat. I'm just pausing for you to have that answer in your head. If you want to get in touch with me, my email is daniel@careerpoint.co.ke. And if you want to know more about the Badass Pro program, you can go to www.careerpoint.co.ke/Badass. But whoa, wait. Now, I have a great offer for you guys. Now, for you who is here with me live, I want to give you the 6 weeks coaching program. I want to give you all the 4 certification master classes. Yeah. I want to give you professional CV writing, sample cover letters, LinkedIn profile guide, and interview coaching. And if you want all these 4, that is the Badass Pro program, plus all these 4 certification, that is project management, monitoring, evaluation, strategic management, and leadership, fundraising, and resource mobilization. You just need to take action right now and make at least the first deposit of 9,999 between now and 9 p.m. as we close. Yeah. This offer is valid up to Sunday because we are starting the program on Monday morning. But for those people who take action now, between 9 p.m., now and 9 p.m., you will get the Badass Pro program, you get all the certification, and you also get a t-shirt. Let me actually stop sharing here for a minute and say, you will be able to get a t-shirt saying, I am a Badass Pro. Yeah, I'll give you a t-shirt stating, I am a Badass Pro. And on top of that, I will also give you a notebook. I am a Badass Pro, and you get all the benefits. So all you need to do is to go ahead and make at least the first deposit before we close this live webinar. Because I want to say, on a night like this, some individuals decided to take action when we opened this up. This is Helen all the way in, I think, Matu. This is Eunice in Bongoma. This is Scholastica in Kikuyu. This is Winfred in Kiambu. Someone else here, more people. This is Clara in Nairobi West, Willie in Ngara. This is Eunice in Kitui. This is Francis all the way in Mombasa. They decided to take action on a night like this. And I want to give you the same opportunity. And all you need to do is at least make that first deposit, 9,999. Just do the till number 715732. You will get a 6 weeks coaching program. You will get the 4 certification master classes. You will get professional CV writing, sample cover letters, LinkedIn profile guide, and interview coaching. I want to pause and ask, is there anyone who has any question? Anyone with any question? I would be open to answer all the questions. I can see Irene saying, yes, she is ready to become a Badass Pro. If you have any question, I'll be happy to answer. We are still here for the next 30 minutes to answer questions, to make any clarification that you might want. And in the meantime, I'm also giving you that window for you to go ahead and make that deposit of 9,999. Just go to Lipa na M-Pesa, pick pay for goods and services, then enter till number 715732. If you have any question, let me know in the chat. I am open to answering all the questions. And as we proceed, I just want to say this, yeah. Thank you very much. I can see Victoria Munyao. How do you contact your tutorials, online or face-to-face? Thank you. Now, it is a hybrid, yeah? Number one, all these coaching material have been put on our online learning platform, because also the certifications, they're done online. So you will be able to access this material on our online platform. But for the coaching, at the end of the week, once you have covered what I have given you, plus you have done the assignment and the worksheet, at the end of the week, we can plan for a one-on-one. You can come to my office, then we can have a discussion, or we can have a phone call conversation, or we can have a Zoom call. So that is highly dependent on where you are and the convenience. But the program is delivered online, but for the coaching, every end of week, at the end of the program, we'll be able to sit down and have the coaching. So hope that is helpful, Victoria. If so, thanks. Let me know in the chat. Let me say this. One of the richest people on earth, Warren Buffett, said that the best investment you can ever have is to invest in yourself. You know why? Because this is the place where you get the highest return on investment. It is said for every shilling you invest in yourself today, you will get 30 bob in return over time. What that means is it is a 3,000% return on investment. I want to assure you, you can never get that anywhere else. Real estate, the best you can get is about 11% return on investment per year. Yeah. Think about stock. Right now, stock might not be doing very well. Think about even real estate. The best investment you can ever have is to invest in yourself. I learned this from one of my mentors. This is Brian Tracy. It's called the 10-10 rule. And in the 10-10 rule, it says that we have been brought up in a society where we take 10% of our income and we tithe it. We use it to help other people. Why not take another 10% of your income and tithe it to yourself? Use it to help yourself. This is where you start getting the money to fund your self investment. 10% of your income. And this is your opportunity to go ahead and do that. Make that payment of 9,999. Do the till number 715732. Get all this value. That is 6 weeks coaching, all the 4 certification. Now, if you pay after 9 p.m., between 9 p.m. and Sunday midnight, you will only get 1 certification. But if you pay right now, because I want to respond, I want to reward people who take action right away, you'll get all the 4 certifications, right? If you have any question, drop it in the chat. I want to see. Okay, I can see Victoria saying thanks. Oh, you got my response. I appreciate that. Let me check on the here. This is on YouTube. I can see Esther Timo saying yes, ready to go. Thank you very much, Esther, for joining us. There's Derek. Did you announce the winners for the competition you hosted? Yes, we announced the winners today. Do I let me just get the winners, and is it Sabi? Oh yes, here it is. I think I got it. So yes, we announced the winners for the competition, and here they are. Let me give you that link. Can I be able to reply on this? Okay, yeah. So here are the winners. Yeah, check the winners. I think I've put the link right there. Thank you very much for that question. Irene, you're asking, are the programs open online anytime or fixed time? The online programs are open anytime. You can be able to do it in the morning, you can be able to do it in the middle of the night, you can do it in the afternoon. So they are very flexible and you're doing it at your own pace and convenience. Thank you very much, Irene, for that question. So you can go ahead and check out. They are very flexible. But what I would like us to keep in mind is the coaching. I would want it at least to take the 6 weeks so that you can get the most value out of it. Is that okay? Okay, moving on. Yes, so you are able to get the Badass Pro program. I want to ask this question. How would you feel if you were passed on a promotion because you did not have the right skills? I have seen this happen so many times. And they say, oh, they are picking on me. And you just pass on that promotion because you did have the right skills. How would you feel if the person next to you gets a big break because they understood networking and you didn't? Will that feel really bad? Yeah, it happens because some people know how to use networking and they get their big break, but most don't. But on the flip side, tell me, how would you feel if this time next year you are debt free, you're living in your dream home, and you are planning your next vacation? All this is possible if you decide to take action tonight. I have this saying that the universe conspires to make the dreams come true to those who take action. And this is your opportunity to take action and let the universe conspire to make your dreams come true. It is said, as majestic as the king of the jungle, the lion is, as the eagle flies on high skies and showcases its majesty, unless it takes action, it will die of hunger. Unless it hunts, it doesn't matter how big you have to take action. Otherwise, you will die of hunger. And this is the opportunity for you to take action. Take that action, make that payment, send me a notification in the chat, say, yes, I have paid, and you will be able to get the 6 weeks coaching, the 4 certification master classes. You'll also get professional CV writing, sample cover letter, LinkedIn profile guide, and interview coaching. So let me post once more and see if we have any questions. If we have any questions, I will be able to respond to them. Do you have any questions, Mark, Esther? Any other question? And actually, as a matter of fact, if you don't have much of the question, we can easily, we will then just wrap it up. But before we wrap it up, this is the kind of certificate that you'll be able to get with your name on it there. Just imagine getting this this is monitoring and evaluation, saying your name right there. This person has been formally evaluated and assessed for demonstrating knowledge and skills to monitor and evaluate projects. This person can use result-based management and has been awarded a certificate in monitoring and evaluation. Would that be lovely? Yeah, go ahead, take action right now and make this come true. Just go, Lipa na M-Pesa, pay goods and services, buy for goods and services, put in 9,999. Thank you. I am receiving a private chat. Thank you very much. I can see Ruth has made the payment. Good job. You have joined the club. I appreciate that. I think I've already gotten the name. I'll be able to get in touch with you right away. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for that. If you are here also on YouTube, you can drop it in the chat and say, yes, you have made the payment. I will appreciate it. I will be happy to help you through the rest of the program. So before we close it up, because I'm not seeing any questions and I don't want to keep you, I have one more last question for you guys. Yeah. And this question is, what have you learned? You have been with me here for the last 1 hour. Yeah, you have invested your time, and I want that basically by itself shows that you're someone who's serious about your career progression and you would want to progress, and I want to appreciate you for that. But the question is, what is the one thing that you have learned from the last 1 hour? Just let me know in the chat. I want to believe that I haven't wasted my time. I also want to believe I have not wasted your time. So I want you to drop in the chat, what is the one key takeaway that you have taken from this session? What is the one thing that you have learned? Even if possible, as if you can be able to take action on it in the next 24 hours. What have you learned? Mark Haimba, I've seen your question. Just a question, are the certificate given by Career Point Solution? Yes, the certificate are offered by Career Point Solution, but they have been certified through NITA, because we also have the trading certified, and these are courses that are following curriculum, international standard curriculum. Yeah, and they are highly recognized. Hopefully that answers your question. If that is okay, just let me know. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah. So my question is, as we close it up, I want you to drop in the chat. What is the number one? What is the key takeaway you have gotten from this session? What is it that you would go ahead and start taking action to start seeing progress in your career? Because sticking with me for the hour or so, it already shows that you are someone that you're serious. You want to progress in your career. You are an ambitious professional. Thank you very much, Derek. You're saying, wish I have the money. It's okay. If you don't have the money, you can still be able to invest in yourself in different ways. Probably not joining this program at this point, but have you thought about getting a free CV review? We offer free CV review here at Career Point. That would be a step in the right direction. But thank you very much, Derek, for being honest and sharing that. I think I appreciate it. So, Derek, what have you learned from this session? Drop it in the chat. I also have seen, yeah, Victoria quite interested in this program. I appreciate you have been also be very, very, actually just want to say kindly, yeah, send me your number. I'll give you a call. I can give you a call and explain or give you more information about that. Yeah. If you would want to get my number and call me, let me just drop it also in the chat here. So my number is, as I'm waiting to hear the key takeaways that you have learned. Yeah, as I post there. Thank you. Victoria, I've already got the number. That is also my number. I'll give you a call. Did I put it correct? Yeah, that's the correct number. Okay, got it. We will talk tomorrow. I'll give you more information. Irene, I can see you are saying you have learned. I have learned that I have all it takes. I will start with CV writing. Thank you very much, Irene. I appreciate that. Actually, I can give you the link where you can submit your CV for the free review. Do I have it? But I like that. Yeah, it's also good just to identify where do you think is your starting point. So send me your CV right there. So I have posted the link there. That would be great. That would be a great starting point. Also, have you thought about some of the questions that you might be asked in an interview? I've already done several videos that can help you to go through that. Or Victoria asking personal value view. Oh, that is very great. That is your takeaway. It is important for you to start discussing that salary negotiation from the personal value view, yeah, or review. Yeah, do your it's called skills inventory, know your value, and then you can have a much better discussion or negotiation. Thank you very much, Victoria, for your comment. I know we still have some few people here. Makaemba, what is your key takeaway? Esther, what is your key takeaway? Irene, I think you have put down your key takeaway. Derek, what is your key takeaway? We also had Esther Timo. What is your key takeaway? Who else did we have here? There is Rhea. I would want to know your key takeaway. Carlos Robert, what is your key takeaway? Alice Cherono, you are here. What is your key takeaway? And then once I read them out, I will call it a day. I don't need to re-emphasize. But remember, it is important for you to start making plans right now, yeah, to see. Join this Badass School program. It will change your life. The 6 weeks coaching program, you get all the certification masterclass. That is if you make the payment, just like I think it was Ruth who made the payment, and yeah, they will start off right away. You get professional CV writing. There's sample cover letters, LinkedIn profile guide, and interview coaching. This is the ultimate package that will set you up in the right direction. I can see Zenon, someone, do you sell Yamachoma? Thank you very much for that question, but I think you are misplaced. You're not in the right place. Here we are talking about professional development, and if you are able to get the key skills that you need, of course, you will get yourself enough money to buy yourself some Yamachoma. Oh, you are asking in the sense that I'm saying, what is your key takeaway? So your takeaway is Yamachoma. Oh, that is funny, but baby, on a light note, thank you very much. You see, have you been with us through the whole session? Have you gotten some value out of this session? That is what I'm asking. But since we don't have any other question, we don't seem to be having any other comment, I think that would be it. I say thank you very much. I appreciate you taking your time following up. If you haven't followed me on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to the channel, watch some other great videos that will help you progress in your career. I have a lot of free, great resources on YouTube. Make sure you watch those videos. Mark, you're saying this has been very informative session. There has been always something special with Career Point for me since I was in campus. Oh, thank you very much, Mark Kayemba, for that comment. I appreciate, and I'm thankful that I have been blessed to be in a position to touch many people's lives, to touch their lives, to touch their careers. And Mark, you saying that really, I think it just energizes me. This is why I wake up every morning to go and serve people. When I'm able to see that, yeah, I have been of value and I've helped people to grow in their careers. Thank you, Mark, for that great comment. And until next time, I think I'm out. So